Welcome. Before we dive into the technical intricacies of cryptocurrencies, let's take a moment to warm up by exploring the historical context of money and how we arrived at this digital transformation. Imagine holding a gleaming gold coin that not only symbolizes wealth but also carries centuries of trust and cultural heritage in its very design. Imagine a time when money was something you could hold in your hand, a tangible asset like cash, coins, or checks. Picture ancient merchants exchanging silver coins in bustling marketplaces or medieval towns using stamped copper coins that bore the mark of their ruler. Each physical form, whether it was a coin, a banknote, or even a handwritten record of a barter transaction, was infused with trust, tradition, and the collective belief in its value. Much like how collectors today cherish antique coins for both their beauty and historical significance, these tangible assets were the foundation of early economic systems. As society advanced through the centuries, so did our methods of storing and managing wealth. Consider how Renaissance bankers meticulously maintained handwritten ledgers in secure vaults, or how early modern financial institutions safeguarded riches in elaborate safes. These methods, while transformative at the time, were still bound by the limitations inherent in physical records and objects. Fast forward to the late 20th century, when the advent of computers enabled the first experiments in electronic money. This was a paradigm shift comparable to moving from handwritten correspondence to instantaneous digital emails. In the 1980s and 1990s, early visionaries began to imagine a world where money could be transmitted and stored electronically. Think of this transition as similar to how the first personal computers transformed the way we process information. Early digital cash experiments aimed to replicate the trust and reliability of physical money using cryptography and burgeoning digital networks. Imagine sending a digital envelope securely containing funds. This breakthrough hinted at a future where value could travel at the speed of light. During this period, researchers and cryptographers were hard at work exploring ideas that would eventually transform finance. Pioneers like David Chaum introduced concepts that allowed for privacy-enhanced electronic money. His work on DigiCash was comparable to sending a secret, encrypted note in a sealed envelope where only the intended recipient could read the message. These early innovations were more than theoretical, they were the blueprints that demonstrated it was possible to create secure, digital transactions that preserve user privacy long before the widespread adoption of the Internet. At the same time, a broader philosophical movement was stirring among the group known as the Cypherpunks. They believe passionately that privacy is a fundamental human right and that individuals should have complete control over their data and financial transactions. Picture a group of internet enthusiasts in the early 1990s using rudimentary PGP encryption on their emails, discussing ways to safeguard their personal freedoms and financial privacy. Their debates, experiments, and published white papers laid a quiet but profound groundwork challenging the traditional centralized power structures that had long governed the flow of money. Fast forward a few decades to a pivotal moment in 2009, an event that would mark the transformation of money itself. In that year, Bitcoin was launched. Conceived by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin wasn't just another digital innovation. It was a groundbreaking solution to an age-old problem. Think back to when the invention of the printing press transformed the spread of knowledge. The launch of Bitcoin had an equally transformative effect on finance. By solving the double spend problem, Bitcoin demonstrated that a reliable, decentralized, peer-to-peer digital cash system was possible without reliance on central banks or traditional financial institutions. In many ways, Bitcoin became the modern-day equivalent of gold. Just as gold once underpinned entire economies with its limited supply and enduring value, Bitcoin came to symbolize a new form of digital wealth. Early adopters began treating Bitcoin as digital gold, investing in and trading it as if it were a scarce resource stored not in physical vaults, but on an irreversible digital ledger that everyone could verify. This leap from trusting physical currency and centralized banking systems to placing confidence in mathematical algorithms and cryptographic security is at the very core of the crypto movement. Bitcoin's introduction was a watershed moment. It ignited a global conversation about decentralization, individual autonomy, and the future of money. Its design brought together groundbreaking ideas from early digital cash experiments and the robust security mechanisms honed by cryptographers over decades. The result? A technology that reshaped our entire monetary landscape. So, what can we learn from this history as we embrace our new digital frontier? First, the evolution of money reflects our relentless quest for efficiency, security, and freedom. Traditional physical money via coins clinking in a purse or paper currency managed by central banks served us well for centuries. Yet, these systems were often hampered by the physical limitations of moving and verifying tangible objects. Imagine the arduous process of transporting cash over long distances in ancient times versus the almost instantaneous digital transactions we experience today. Second, history teaches us that innovation is seldom a sudden leap but usually the culmination of ideas refined over time. Just as the automobile transformed gradually, starting with hand-cranked engines and evolving into the sophisticated, smart vehicles of today, digital money evolved through incremental breakthroughs. Early experiments in digital cash, the philosophically charged ideas of the cypherpunks, and significant strides in cryptography, like the development of secure hash functions, all served as stepping stones toward the birth of cryptocurrencies. Each innovation, no matter how small it seemed at its inception, contributed to the systems we now take for granted. Furthermore, understanding this historical evolution allows us to appreciate the radical nature of Bitcoin and its successors. By rethinking what money is and what it can be, we are also re examining the nature of trust itself. In traditional systems, trust was placed in centralized institutions, banks, governments, and even monarchies. In contrast, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin distribute trust among the global network of computers. Imagine a community where every member keeps an eye on a shared record, ensuring that no single entity can alter the history without the others noticing. This shift from centralized authority to decentralized consensus has transformed our understanding of value and paved the way for a more open, inclusive financial system. Over the coming minutes, as we explore these themes, consider the significance of every innovation. Picture a merchant in ancient Egypt carefully weighing precious metals for a trade. The same merchant might today use a smartphone to make a digital payment, reflecting how each step in this evolution was driven by the need to overcome limitations and embrace new technology. Every transition from tangible cash to abstract digital codes was a response to challenges such as inconvenience and inefficiency, much like upgrading from a snail mail system to instant messaging. Today's discussion is not just about looking back, it's about connecting the dots between past innovations and the future unfolding before our eyes. By understanding the roots of digital money, you gain a deeper appreciation for its transformative potential. Think of this historical context as the foundation upon which modern innovations like blockchain, decentralization, and digital finance are built, a foundation that has been carefully laid brick by brick through centuries of human ingenuity. As we near the end of this introduction, remember that every big idea begins with the courage to challenge the status quo. The evolution of money from tangible coins and paper currency to digital transactions secured by complex algorithms is a testament to human ingenuity. Reflect on the pioneering spirit of early innovators, much like the Wright brothers, who dared to imagine a future beyond the skies of conventional wisdom. Their determination to challenge norms paved the way for modern breakthroughs, and the same spirit lives on in the world of digital finance. In our next video, we will delve deeper into the technical breakthroughs that made cryptocurrencies possible. We'll explore how cryptographic puzzles, decentralized networks, and ingenious consensus mechanisms have redefined trust and value in our modern era. Imagine unlocking a secure digital safe with an unbreakable code such as the marvel of blockchain technology that underpins every cryptocurrency. This exploration will provide you with insight into the inner workings of these systems,